This is the Pixel 9 Pro XL, Google's latest flagship phone. If you've been on the internet, you know there's a lot of controversy about Team Pixel and Google, and listen, I bought this phone myself as someone who loves Pixel phones and also as a device reviewer, so all opinions are my own and this device was not sent to me by Google. Now, Pixels are known for their cameras, and even today, when I take a photo of people with a Pixel, there's just something about it, something different, something, the images are lifelike and the skin tone. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. This Pixel actually is the best hardware on any Pixel ever. Where Google talked about Gemini AI stuff more than hardware, I think we should take a step back and appreciate this hardware a little bit more. For the first time ever, the build quality feels like a Samsung or an iPhone. And when you compare this phone to other phones in the market that this phone feels like, it's actually cheaper, starting at $1099. Spec-wise, just like any modern day smartphone, it's pretty standard. 16 gigs of RAM, 120Hz display with high nits for brightness, and Google is using its Tensor 4 chip. And let's be honest, Tensor chip is not the strongest chip around, and only time will tell how good the 4 actually is going to be. Performance-wise, the 3 and 4 is very similar, and the 4 is designed to power the all-new Gemini AI, also hopefully some battery life improvements, which is too early to tell since I've only used the phone for a few days. There's been a lot of talk regarding the camera bump on the back. I like it, and to me, it's a whole Pixel theme with the OS and the hardware all looking alike. A lot of Android 14 and Pixel software uses these rounded circles, and so to me it's a whole Pixel aesthetic in my opinion. I like it a lot better than the camera bar from the 8. So yeah, it's subjective and I understand some hate it, but I like it. When using the phone, the screen is super nice. It gets up to 3000 nits of brightness, so outside it's very usable. Watching videos looks great. The colors are sharp. I mean, there isn't one thing about this display that I can complain about. Out of the box, we are rocking Android 14, and as expected, we have all that Pixel stuff on top of it. Nothing about this OS is different than what we've seen with the 8 in the past, but a lot of new stuff is tucked away with Gemini. And being honest, I am an avid user of ChatGPT, and I've been using it more than Gemini, so my experience is limited, but I will be diving into more when I go full time on this phone. And also, a lot of other phone manufacturers are doing some of the same tricks that Google is doing with Galaxy AI and also the beta version of Apple Intelligence. But already, I do love the implementation of Gemini on the phone. It feels like it's a part of the phone and not just floating on top or of an app. Sure, it can write you a letter, you can make a fun image, but the deeper integration is what I'm looking forward to the most, and I don't think it's there just yet. So for example, if I tell Gemini to look at the screen of a trampoline place and I say add it to my calendar, it can't add things to my calendar, but yet I can tell it to add things to my calendar. So it takes that screen context, it sees what it is, sees the location, but it can't do anything with it. I even told it to call this number and it didn't do it. So obviously there is some things that it needs to work on, but I am looking forward to the full integration. We're just not there yet, but with software, one line of code or one update can definitely change the whole experience. The Tensor chip so far is performing well, but I did have kind of a weird bug with Telegram not working at all. And I'm not sure what the issue is. Reinstalling didn't work, but using a third-party Telegram app, it's working. I've been using it on 4 other Android phones, so not sure what that was about. Gaming-wise, Tensor has been pretty solid so far, but I did see some random slowdowns when playing Battle Prime a few times, but nothing that would cause major concern unless you are like hardcore gaming. I wish there was a gaming mode on this phone, which other phones gives you like a lot of different tweaks that allows you to get the most out of gaming. They put your phone on Do Not Disturb, they close different apps to really get all those frames per second. Whereas on this phone, you have to do it manually. Now, I bought this phone for myself because I love taking pictures of people. The older I get, the more sentimental I get, and capturing moments and people have become very important to me. Now, my favorite pictures of my family have came out of a Pixel phone. So when a new one comes out, I am so excited about the camera, and also I'm excited about all the AI stuff that the camera can allow to give you the best shots. This year, the rear cameras are pretty much the same. You have a 50 megapixel main a 48 megapixel periscope telephoto, which is 5x optical, and then we have our 48 megapixel ultra wide. What did change is the new front facing camera, which is now 42 megapixels compared to 10 that we saw last year. The front facing camera was already good, but the added megapixels gives you more detail even when punching in. Things like beards are even more precise. Now overall, this is a pixel camera, which means you have these dynamic contrasted colors, nice depths of field, and of course that skin tone. It's top notch. I mean, there isn't much left to be desired when you're using a pixel camera outside of video. The video to me isn't bad, and the audio sounds pretty solid as well. There's a voice isolation mode, which is a voice mode which can help pull through audio, but it's a setting and I don't know if I should have it on or off or not. Like I feel like I could switch it on when I need it, but then it becomes a task where you have to like analyze where you're at and turn it on or off. So a lot of people will most likely have it on. So this is the front facing camera. This is how it looks. This is how it sounds. We do have two options. We have 1x and we also have 1.4x, which is kind of more of a zoomed in look. Now this is the front facing camera with the speech enhancer turned on. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know, how does it sound? It's not really loud here, so maybe speech enhancement will kick in a little bit more if we're in a noisier area. This is a pretty chill day right now, and this is noise enhancement turned on. There are also a ton of other post-processing AI things you can do, like removing background sounds and something called Video Boost, which requires you to turn it on first, but once you do, the following day, which is weird to say, the video comes back at a higher quality. Google is using its algorithms to enhance the video even more, and this is something that's not new, but it does look better on this phone. Here are side-by-side videos of some Video Boost. Let me know what you think. Google also added the Add Me feature, which allows you as a photographer to take a picture and then hand it to someone else and then get yourself in the frame, and then that existing picture is there and you can like superimpose yourself in that shot. It's not perfect, but I think it works pretty good. And as the family photographer, it is nice to be able to be in some of more of these photos that I can't currently be in now. Anyways, guys, that was my time with the Pixel 9 XL. This is not a full review, just telling you guys what I think after using it for a weekend. Be sure to hit subscribe so you know when the next video is coming out. Also, if you don't want to spend this much money, I have a video talking about the Pixel 8a, which is like less than half the price of this phone. So click right here to check that video out.